Kara, and today we're going to be talking about my favorite daytime summer fragrances. So these are ones from my collection that I've been enjoying wearing on particularly hot days. Sometimes in the summer here in Indiana, it's not as hot, and sometimes it's like almost 100 degrees and super humid. So on the especially hot days, these are my absolute favorites because they're very refreshing, great daytime scents, and ones that I just reach for over and over again. So I do have one honorable mention in this sort of top 5 summer fragrances video, and that honorable mention is this one here. This is, I think it's pronounced Berdoues is maybe how you say the name of this house, but it is their fragrance called Assam of India. And first of all, look how cute that bottle is with the little elephants that are printed on the back here. I love this bottle. This one is a relatively affordable fragrance. I believe at Sephora, the regular price is $88. I don't really see this one at discounters, so you're probably not gonna do a lot better than that, but you could pick it up during a sale for a little bit less, but this is the 100 milliliter bottle. So in general, when you compare to some fragrances out there or a lot of fragrances out there, this is a reasonably priced one. This one has a note of tea and also lemon, are the main two things that I get from this. It's a really refreshing type of tea though, and it's just a unique fragrance, at least in my collection. I suppose if you have a lot of tea fragrances, maybe this would not be as unique, but for me, I don't have very many tea fragrances, and I really enjoy this. It's very refreshing and great for a really hot summer day, so that's my honorable mention. All right, in my number 5 position is this one right here. I really enjoy this fragrance, and I would say you could interchange this with the regular Dolce & Gabbana light blue, but this is the Italian Zest flanker that came out a year or two ago, maybe. But anyway, so this basically smells like light blue, and I'm sure most of you have smelled that at this point, but the lemon is really amped up in this. So I think in the opening, it has a really, noticeably stronger lemon component, but the green apple's still there, some of the other notes that are there. But honestly, when I smell light blue, I get the lemon and the green apple are the main things. This one, the lemon's just amped up in the opening. In the dry down, I'd be hard pressed to tell a difference between Italian Zest and light blue if you asked me to pick which one's which. I might be able to do it. It's been a while since I've had a bottle of light blue to compare this to, but I think that they're pretty similar, and I really like it. It's a classic. It's in the number 5 spot mostly because everybody's gonna know what you're wearing, so it's not as unique, but I do love this, and I love light blue. And the longevity on this is not fantastic, just like on light blue. I think this is slightly better than the original light blue, maybe not the intense. I think the intense lasts longer, but this is an eau de toilette, so you're expecting maybe 4 hours, which is probably what you get. Projection is decent for the first hour to 2 hours, but then it kind of becomes a skin scent. Either way, it's really refreshing, and it's a beautiful fragrance. I know I have people in my life who wear light blue, not necessarily this one, but they wear light blue, and I just always love the way it smells. So that's my number 5 pick. In the number 4 position is another fragrance that sort of smells like light blue, and this one is from Creed, and this is called Aqua Fiorentina, I think is how you say that. The bottle's pretty on the side here. You have these little flowers. In this one, I think you get a little bit more of the green apple than you do in light blue. Also, the citrus in this is a little greener, so I think that's because it's primarily bergamot versus light blue is more lemon. I do think this also has lemon and maybe grapefruit, some other sort of citruses in there too, but the driving citrus in here is bergamot, and it's a little bit more green than the original light blue is. I think the longevity of this one is still around that 4-hour mark, projects pretty softly, to be quite honest, but this is a really nice, like, kind of refined version of light blue, and it smells enough like different from light blue that I could tell this apart. However, it is really reminiscent of it, so if you like light blue, you would like this one. Do not pay full retail price for this or any Creed fragrance, to be quite honest. I don't think that they're worth their full prices, but I got this at TJ Maxx for around $100. Still pricey, but I think at that point it is more worth it. So I really like this one. It's nice for summer. In my number 3 position is the first of 2 from this house that are going to be on this list, and this is Tom Ford Madarino di Amalfi Aqua. And there's, like the eau de parfum version, but this is the eau de toilette. and thus it doesn't last as long. I don't honestly know how it compares to the Eau de Parfum, but I do know that I should expect this to not last as long. It doesn't last a super long time. Honestly, this one is a little disappointing on performance. I would say 2 hours, maybe 3 on my skin, but I really like the way it smells. You definitely get that mandarin orange in there. There's also a little bit of floral, and I think a touch, the tiniest touch of mint I can pick up. This is not a mint fragrance though, so if you're looking for a mint fragrance, this isn't it. I can just pick up a tiny bit of mint in there, but mostly I get the mandarin orange, a little bit of floral, and a tiny bit of mint. Either way, this is super refreshing, and I really, really enjoy wearing this on super hot days. All right, in my number 2 position is this one here, this bottle. Look at this. Let me just shake it up for you a little bit. Isn't that beautiful? All right, so this is from the Atelier des Ors, I think is how you say it, or Atelier des Ors? Des Ors. And this is called Chouers des Anges. I don't know, because I'm really bad at French. But I believe it means choir of angels. So this particular fragrance has mostly blood orange and honey. Those are the main 2 notes that I pick up. God, it's so good though. So this is not a tropical fragrance like how Madarino de Amalfi Aqua is more tropical. This is not a tropical fragrance, but it's still a really good citrus fragrance for the summer. This though has a dryness to it, like the blood orange is almost like the zest, like it's not like the, you know, well, blood orange is not necessarily super sweet, but it's, you know, more of the drier sort of really fragrant zest of a blood orange more than maybe like a juice. I think this reminds me of some cocktails that I've had before that, you know, are really like refreshing aperitif kind of cocktails. And it's just a really, God, it's a really beautiful fragrance. I think the longevity on this is quite good, but the projection after an hour or 2 is not really great. It becomes a skin scent. However, I love smelling this on myself all day. And I think this is a good option if like you don't really want to be like refreshing your fragrance, but you just want to smell pleasant all day long. This is a really good option. I honestly got 6 to 8 hours of wear out of this when I've worn it. And I truly love the way this smells. So this is a pricey one, but again, this has been popping up on discounters, so check there and see if you can get a good deal. This is, again, Atelier des Ors, Chouers des Anges. I don't know. All right, and finally, in the number 1 position, another from Tom Ford. This is Tom Ford's Eau de Soleil Blanc. And again, this is the Eau de Toilette. There is a Soleil Blanc, which is a parfum, or an Eau de Parfum, but this is an Eau de Toilette. I would say this lasts 4 hours on my skin. It projects for 2. Really, you know, soft sillage. It's not gonna leave much of a scent trail, but man, this smells beautiful. I know there are many other notes in here, but I mostly get coconut. Coconut, some florals, and that's mostly it, honestly. I get coconut and floral. So this does remind me a little bit of like suntan lotion. It doesn't really smell like suntan lotion, but it just kind of has that essence to it. And it's a beautiful daytime summer scent. So that is my number 1 pick. Do I wish it lasts longer? Yes. But I've heard that it lasts about as long as the just regular Soleil Blanc, the Eau de Parfum. So I would recommend just going with this one because it's cheaper. And again, this has been popping up at discounters more recently, so you might be able to save even more. All right, you guys, so those are my top 5 plus 1 honorable mention fragrances for the hot summer days. What are your favorite fragrances for the summer? Maybe you can introduce me to something new. There are plenty that I haven't experienced because I'll be quite honest, in Indiana, it's only hot 2 to 3 months max out of the entire year, but it's cold about 6 months. So I have far more fragrances that are suitable for the winter than for the summer. But these are my favorites for the daytime. My next video, which will be coming up soon, I'm actually gonna film it right now, will be my favorite summer nighttime fragrances. So if you're interested in that, make sure you click that subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you like this video, go ahead and click the like as well. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.